Mate, the cricket's on. Check it out.
It's gone in the end. What a catch. Brilliantly taken by Hugh Watson. That is really a stunner.
Seriously, yeah, cool. Cricket's cool. I like cricket somewhat, not really. But if you are in business, you want to make sure you have some hobbies and interests outside of the business, because you will become addicted to the business in such a way that's so unhealthy, you won't know what's coming and going. You want to make sure you've got hobbies. I was in a spot where I was working 100 to 110 hour weeks and had no hobbies. It was terrible. I enjoyed the business work, I enjoyed everything I was doing, but your conversations always just end up around business. This comes in part and parcel the same message for workaholics, not just business owners. If you're a workaholic or you're a key person in the business that you're working for, you're gonna feel the same stresses. You need to have hobbies. The way you know if you're a workaholic and you don't have hobbies is when you have friends over for a barbecue. The small trick there. You have to have friends first and you have to have a barbecue. But the small trick is, what do you have to talk about to them? If you're only talking about your business, it's great that you're passionate about it. But you become that person that only has one thing in their life. Some people have a baby and that's their one thing in their life and it's very new to them, very exciting to them. And that's cool, but it's the same sort of thing. You just become that person who just talks about the same thing all the time. And again, if at the barbecue, everyone's from your business, that's probably okay conversation. But if you're catching up with your family, try to keep it short and have an interest and a hobby. Businesses that we work with, one of the businesses that we work with, Ben from Vision Shop Fitters, he has a hobby around photography. It's very different to what he does in his business and he's bloody great at it. I'll put a link to his website down below here, but you need to have a hobby that gets you out and gets you thinking creatively if you're in a business that's very analytical, or if you're in a very labor-intensive business, maybe something else that sort of complements that, maybe something that's creative if the labor-intensive business is repetitious, something that makes your mind run. People suggest to go traveling because you get to see the world and understand the world through many eyes, see the world through different locations. Having hobbies is the same thing. When you have different hobbies and you're able to learn at length how these things go and how these things work, you are able to apply those same tasks somewhat to your business. And it might not even just be, don't get a hobby that's bookkeeping if you're in business and you're not a bookkeeper. That's not a hobby. Get something else. Like for me, I started building things around the place. Built the deck, made a putt-putt area, build a pizza oven, a whole bunch of different things. I'm in the process of building a very big garden at the moment, and that's going to be able to issue enough food to feed me for a whole year, every year, hopefully, and 3 other people. So it should be awesome. But have a hobby where you're able to learn agriculture and learning the way that companion planting works together allowed for me to see different ways that you can have an environment structure in your business and have different elements of it work better together. Integrate your knowledge together, but make sure you get yourself a hobby or interests outside of work and devote time towards them. It's something you can do with your family. It's something you can really stretch out and learn. I hope you've enjoyed. Go get a hobby. What are you on YouTube? Maybe hobby's creating videos. Maybe it's not. Stay good.